Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Shawls. Today we have our final Native American tale for the week, and this one is not from the Blackfeet Nation. This one is from the Pawnee, and it's a ghost story. And it's a slightly wholesome, I would say, ghost story. It's definitely interesting. This is The Ghost Bride. In a place where we used to have a village, a young woman died just before the tribe started on the hunt. When she died, they dressed her up in her finest clothes and buried her, and soon after this, the tribe started on the hunt. A party of young men had gone off to visit another tribe, and they did not get back until after this girl had died and the tribe had left the village. Most of this party did not go back to the village, but met the tribe and went with them on the hunt. Among the young men who had been away was one who had loved this girl who had died. He went back alone to the village. It was empty and silent, but before he reached it, he could see, far off, someone sitting on top of a lodge. When he came near, he saw that it was the girl he loved. He did not know that she had died, and he wondered to see her there alone, for the time was coming when he would be her husband and she his wife. When she saw him coming, she came down from the top of the lodge and went inside. When he came close to her, he spoke and said, "Why are you alone here in the village?" She answered him, "They have gone off on the hunt. I was sulky with my relations, and they went off and left me behind." The man wanted her now to be his wife, but the girl said to him, "No, not yet, but later we will be married." She said to him, "You must not be afraid. Tonight there will be dances here. The ghosts will dance." This is an old custom of the Pawnees. When they danced, they used to go from one lodge to another, singing, dancing, and hallooing. So now, when the tribe had gone and the village was deserted, the ghosts did this. He could hear them coming along the empty streets, and going from one lodge to another. They came into the lodge where he was and danced about and whooped and sang, and sometimes they almost touched him, and he came pretty near being scared. The next day, the young man persuaded the girl to go on with him and followed the tribe to join it on the hunt. They started to travel together, and she promised him that she would surely be his wife, but not until the time came. They overtook the tribe, but before they got to the camp, the girl stopped. "Now we have arrived, but you must go first to the village and prepare a place for me. Where I sleep, let it be behind a curtain. For 4 days and 4 nights I must remain behind this curtain. Do not speak of me. Do not mention my name to anyone." The young man left her there and went into the camp. When he got to his lodge, he told a woman, one of his relations, to go out to a certain place and bring in a woman who was waiting there for him. His relative asked him, "Who is this woman?" And to avoid speaking her name, he told who were her father and her mother. His relation, in surprise, said, "It cannot be that girl, for she died some days before we started on the hunt." When the woman went to look for the girl, she could not find her. The girl had disappeared. The young man had disobeyed her and had told who she was. She had told him that she must stay behind a curtain for 4 days, and that no one must know who she was. Instead of doing what she had said, he had told who she was, and the girl disappeared because she was a ghost. If he had obeyed the girl, she would have lived a second time upon the earth. That same night, this young man died in his sleep. Then, the people were convinced that there must be a life after this one. And that is the Pawnee tale of the Ghost Bride. And as I said, it's a slightly wholesome tale. You get this expectation and hope that the girl will live again, or at least that they'll be happy. And who knows? They may now be happy as ghosts. This is Dan Scholes for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere you like to get your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you like to listen. And you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Next week, we'll be back with, of course, 3 new tales. As always, thank you so much for listening.